Gonna miss you. I know I want to take you home, but and you got no collar. But seems friendly. Good hunting cat. Look at all that. I gotta back down this whole thing because there is no way I'm turning around back here. All right, just checking everything over. Make sure everything's tight. We're already leaking oil. Yep. That's not good. We're gonna get this on camera here. So that's oil from the exhaust. Alright guys, so we are going to pick up a 6.0 to fix today in the shop, but I figured it's only right that I give you guys a cold-ish start. It was probably, I don't know, 30. So, with the new exhaust as opposed to the old one, I'm gonna try doing what I can. I don't have my camera stand. At least I don't know what I did with it, so we're gonna stand back here. Pick up the trailer, and then we're gonna go pick up this 6.0, and then on Thursday we gotta take that black truck out to the dealership. She sounds healthy. Thing went into high idle, so it's definitely cold enough. Alright guys, trailer has been secured. We are headed to Edder's now to go pick up this truck. I am going, because he has a one of those winch remotes that you just plug in. I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight real quick. Fuck his stop sign. It's not exhaust. Now we're gonna go pick up a wireless winch remote instead of the one that's actually cabled, and I'm gonna keep that one in the truck. It's like 33 bucks. I'm not worried about it, but yeah, it's a nice day to go do some tows. All right, went and got a winch remote, got me a wireless one, so we are about 10 minutes away. Go pick this thing up and then we'll head back to the shop. Sorry, this road is bumpy as shit. All right, so picking this thing up, coming in for work. We do 6.0s now, guys. All right, so I think plan of attack on this one, because of the way everything's routed, I think we're gonna back this up on the trailer since the flatbed should be enough weight. We're not going super far with it. It's like a half hour. So I'm gonna back up to it, winch it up on, tie it down. That should give us a lot more. I'm gonna pull it up as far as physically possible and go from there. If you guys don't have bridles for your winches, you're missing out. You're missing out a lot. I feel like this bed is heavy enough that we can load it backwards, because then I can just back it right, or pull it right into the shop. So we're gonna grab the bridle. I have it shortened up. I might change the spot, I don't know yet. We have it on the frame, but we'll see how far up I can pull it. Biggest reason I went with the wireless one over the one we already had, so I can stand way back here. All right, I'm gonna get out and check everything. We have her pulling. Might have to readjust, but we might hit this one pretty good. Taking a kitty break. This one's soft. You are soft. It's okay. It's okay. Good kitty, good kitty. Slow and steady, cat's helping out. Oh man. Getting there. Oh man. All right, we're all strapped down. We got her tight up here. We got tight here. I got chains pulling on chains on chains. So hopefully ain't going nowhere. Bye cat. Gonna miss you. I know I want to take you home, but and you got no collar. But seems friendly. Good hunting cat. I'm gonna back the whole fucking way down because he said I could turn around here and there is no fucking way. So always check to make sure you got everything before you leave. I got the keys and the winch remote in the center console. Look at all that. I gotta back down this whole fucking thing because there is no way I'm turning around back here. Like, it looks like you have room until you go to do it and you just do not. So it's not worth even trying. We're just gonna, you know, creep down this nicely. I'm gonna go fold them mirrors in. But other than that, once I get down to the end of this, I'm gonna fold them mirrors in. Look at that. It's tight. All right, just checking everything over. Make sure everything's tight. We're already leaking oil. These chains are fucking tight as shit, strapped tight. And then up front, we just have the winch coming back up. It's not the, you know, preferred way, but also keeps the battery tight. So let's see how this thing pulls. Like I was saying, I think there's enough tongue weight with this big ass heavy steel bed and the fuel to overcompensate for the engine back here. So we are squatted a little bit, so it tells me we should have pretty decent tongue weight. Unfortunately, I had to leave that cat here, but I really like the cat. Adorable. We should have plenty of clearance here, hopefully. So let's get back to the shop. Pupper dog's ready to go. Bertha just does not care. Now we're stuck behind Swifty Swift. Yeah, we were able to get up to 60 up that hill pretty quick. I even stayed out of it to let the semis pass and they wouldn't, so then I got on it. Oh yeah, there's more than enough tongue weight. I'm just cruising down this mountain now. Left her in third, just so I didn't have to hit the brakes or anything. An exhaust brake would be nice, but we don't have one of those. We were doing all right, and then Bolus got in front of me. We were doing 65, and then the guy can't climb the damn mountain. Bastard. We're doing all right. I wanted to do the comparison with the exhaust too, and the new exhaust is a hell of a lot quieter in the cab than it was with the axle dump, which was to be expected, but the intake noises are way louder now. And it might not even be that they're louder, it's just that they're more noticeable now that the exhaust is quieter. We're gonna downshift here. So we made it back, and I completely forgot to push the mirrors in and get an actual thumbnail picture for you guys. But everything's tight, okay? Extremely. That one's tight, that one's tight. So this thing did not budge at all. Bertha pulled it great. So we're gonna get this thing backed in, pulled in, and wait for my guy to get here and see what we say about this one. Now I will say, don't use my method. Like I said, I had the strap pulling back on this to make it even tighter, but for compliance, if you go through a scale house like that, you're probably gonna have a problem. DOT not gonna like you too much. Luckily, no scale houses, and the only Stady that I passed did not give me a second look. When we were pulling Copart cars with the rollbacks back in 2018, 2019, that's how I'd load them. I'd pull the winch tight, J-hook in the back, drop it in the bed, and call it a day. Look at that, easy drop off. Get it right here where I can work on it. Also, we got more lights in here, guys. The whole way across the top over there. I added some. I even made them so I don't have to go across the shop anymore. I wired one side into that distribution block, one over there to that distribution block. So if I come over here and I turn the lights off, you get every light on the round off and all of these. And then this one up here, I tied into that distribution block, and that turns off from there. All of those, and that lines all the way up. So I kind of tried to even them out so like we're not sucking off of one. I just got to tidy up some wiring, but for the most part, there you go, we have lights. In theory, this is going to be a super easy drop off. Also, I see people having a lot of problems with unloading stuff or loading stuff and their truck rolls down a hill. I always put my truck in 4 low when I'm unloading something, because if any weight goes right here, oh, you son of a bitch. If any weight goes right here, it'll pick up the back of your truck in a lot of cases. So, damn, she don't want to roll. All I gotta do here is give her a nice little push while hitting the out button. There we go. Pry bar under the back wheels. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it right where I want it. I think right about here. I've decided I'm not gonna do that. What I am gonna do is I'll just use the winch to pull it back where I want it, because I know exactly where I want it. All right, get it where we want it. Okay, right about there is where I want it. So throw her in park. I want to get this thing charged up because I definitely think it's got some voltage issues. All right, we got this one too. We're gonna get this one loaded up on the trailer a while because she needs to go get an alignment and a key made, because no matter what we do, even with the new PCM, there is no signal for the key. So we need to make the key work with the new PCM, and then we should have a running, driving truck. Hopefully it fits on this trailer. Well, sorry Dave, we got 186 minutes and there was quite a bit of idle time in there. So this thing's been running for about 3 hours. So we are done with this, and we're gonna get out of here, go start working on some trucks. So I figured I'd save myself the headache and just get this thing loaded up today while it's warm as shit outside. She's ready to go. Hopefully we see this thing running very soon. Someone tried telling me this thing had a 4-inch exhaust as well. It doesn't, it has a 5. This is a 5 to 7-inch tip. Look at that fucking thing. Same size as mine, even has a 5-inch downpipe. I was confused here. So it's a 4-inch downpipe going up to a 5. I've never seen them made like that, but 4-inch inlet and then it comes to a 5 right about here, whereas mine's 5 the whole way up. But it's fucking cool. You don't see 5-inch too much anymore. Everybody's afraid to run them. All right, so he said initially either the turbo came loose or the turbo blew apart. It was kind of hard to, I kind of can't remember which one he said, but the turbo got replaced one way or the other. Unfortunately, the hood latch is not hood latching, so I got to pull that. And then what I want to do before we try anything, I want to check and make sure there's no debris inside the piping in the intercooler system. He said he did do a new turbo, but then after that it was a crank no start. So before I do anything, just to kind of like protect myself, I want to make sure that there is nothing in that intercooler and nothing in the piping, because he thought that he might need a motor, but we'll see. Hopefully it's just a crank no start, and these things are usually pretty simple. Yep. That's not good. I should at least turn over. It should do something. We're gonna get this on camera here. So that's oil from the exhaust. I know they replaced the turbo on this thing, like I was saying earlier, but it should at least crank. This is a no crank, no start. That's loose. They damaged all this putting it in. Not the owner, but I guess the guys did it. So that's not a good sign. 601, 602. All right, so we went through and we did some diagnosing on this. The motor, 6.0 problems. The motor, as you can see, there's a lot of things everywhere. So we went through it, we tried to start it, and we did verify there is no material in the piping and whatnot. So everything's good. The motor's not locked up, but it just clicks. I tried with this guy here, touch it over here, it just clicks. We spun the motor over with the alternator, it does spin. I got my 6.0 expert over there. And we found the turbo back here. So he actually got super lucky. Here is the impeller for the exhaust side. Everything on the intake side, there's no shaft play, there's no damage, there's no metal in here. It just spit the exhaust house, the exhaust side out. So we went through, we did some diagnosing, we made sure 100%, because that's all oil coming out of the exhaust, we made sure 100% that it's not hydro-locked or anything. We made sure that the motor's not locked up. Everything's good there. We literally just need a starter, and it does need oil. It is low on oil. These things will not run without oil pressure. That's just how they are. We went through, we did find a ton of, I'm actually gonna get under here. So this thing is caked a lot. That's coolant, that's oil, that's oil, that's oil coming out of everywhere. But this thing is just caked fucking everywhere. It looks like somebody did a starter at some point, but that starter is fried. You guys can see there's oil coming out of like every orifice of this thing. It's coming out of the exhaust. That clamp's gone. But we went over and just checked everything out, made sure. I think we spent probably like an hour, hour and a half on it, just going through some of this stuff. Plow mount's all smudged. But there is a tranny leak. There's a coolant leak. There's a few coolant leaks. Yes, I hear you. Yeah, there's a leak there. So that stuff we're not going to be worrying about right now. I just wanted to give him a general overview of it. One of the guys, I guess it blew the dipstick out as well when that happened. So there was a nail. One of the guys put this nail in the dipstick tube, just like so, and then electrical taped it so it didn't blow anywhere. So I'm going to put this line back on. We're going to get the starter. Tomorrow is New Year's, so we're not going to do it today. That intake is for a 7.3 because there is supposed to be a mount on the shroud. So that's for a 7.3. It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant to this, but I just want to let you guys know. This thing is eating itself. This was stuffed in here in the turbo. But you guys hear 6.0 noises? I hear 6.0 noises. There it goes. 6.0 problems. Six O life. We are going to start working on them a little bit more. There we go. All right, so this thing will be going back Thursday, so we're dropping that off. Tomorrow everything's closed, I guess, because tomorrow's New Year's, but I'm gonna let him I'm gonna put a video of that truck in the comments down below, so if you guys want to see it. We actually did a video with his truck a while back before he did all the work to it, and yeah, it was fucking gnarly. But that's where we're at with the 6.0. He's gonna be coming back on Thursday. We're gonna do a starter, and we're gonna throw oil in it, and we're gonna get it fired up. This thing has 144,000 miles, and it sounds like that. Fleet truck though, there's a lot of things that are out of place. This guy's just chilling here. When they did the turbo, they completely destroyed up here. This is just chilling. That's yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's out of place. It does have a Sinister Diesel coolant filter kit. Whether it's doing anything or not, I don't know, because this is off, and it looks like there might be some cracks in that. I don't know. You're supposed to do these on the 6.0s. I don't know. That's where we're at. I'm gonna do a part 2, depending on how long this video is, and see if we can get this thing started. I'm really hoping it's as simple as it needs a starter and it needs some oil put in it, because they put the turbo on it, and you guys don't need to do all that. If you're gonna do a turbo on a 6.0, they're super easy. You just pull this pipe off right here. It goes right there and right there. You pull this off and the turbo comes right out. So they're not bad at all. It's not a Duramax. But hopefully we will be doing more of these. So let me know if you guys have any